Alright, you rolling?
Yep, Human Jones here. I'm here with Deadbeat Jack on the other side of the beam in his band room / junk instrument project workshop.
Or storage area.
Storage area.
little work is being completed.
Uh-huh.
But this is one of the first things I sort of completed.
Uh-huh.
Everything's kind of a work in progress, always changing and evolving.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a one-string diddly bow that I call the Sheriff.
Yeah.
And this is made from a jalapeno cheese dip bean can for the body. This was an old towel rack rod that I scavenged from leftovers here.
Yeah.
This was an old banjo tuner, an old flat screw, and just some other various things I found and put together.
Okay.
At one time, this was an electric instrument,
and
it was amplified with these phone parts, these phone receiver parts from the old rotary style phones that most people have thrown away now.
There's a pick if you want to play a little bit of that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you need it to play that.
I'll grab this thing here.
Right.
No, it's just and you might notice the very rattly sound and not clear notes, but this is a junk instrument.
Right.
You don't want clear notes.
It kind of sounds like a juice harp.
Ah, right. Right.
Kind of has that twang to it.
And I've had this to where the notes were a lot clearer.
I
was like, that sounds too good. I need more rattle. More
So the phone receivers, they just somehow hook up to a stereo out, like guitar cable?
Yeah, like I have this one kind of wired up to the 1/4 inch.
Oh, you do?
Female
Oh,
jack
yeah,
here.
just like a jack, yeah.
And I just kind of have that wired in. And I did have that just kind of placed in there with a lid on there. And it worked great.
That's too fucking cool, man.
These here receiver parts have a very interesting lo-fi, gritty sound. And it's just great for many things. So that's the Sheriff. This is another diddly bow project I'm working on for my friend Phil. It is the croquet mallet diddly bow. This too will also be electrified. This is going to be a 2-string diddly bow off of here, and then I use this hose clamp for the nut. I'm going to be drilling and routering this out and making my own tuning pegs out of dowel rods, violin style. And, just another...
How many strings is it going to have?
This will have 2.
2.
To where it'll be tuned to a chord. And hopefully that'll turn out. I've got many other croquet mallets that will be 1 or 2 string diddly bows. Not quite as far along as this, even though this isn't very far along at all. This is my Canjo project. Victor can here, probably from the 1930s or 40s. And
what do you think it had it in originally?
I would guess film.
That's what I was thinking, huh?
I'm guessing it's a film can. I'm not positive, but this is a nice table leg I had found, and this will have a piece of yardstick eventually. We'll be forming the fretboard.
Right.
I'm missing some pieces for this still, so it's kind of on hold.
I'll show you your collection of yardsticks back here.
Many yardsticks of...
Some of those look really old.
Some of them...
Vandalia Lumber Company on one of them. I'll be danged.
Some of them are extremely old.
Yeah, pick up that one that says Vandalia Lumber Company and show it to the
that's an
to the folks
there.
At home.
Yeah, phone 28W was the phone number. So that's an oldie there. Back when they really made some yardsticks.
That's where I was born, and other giants like Abe Lincoln that had giganticism.
Yeah.
That's where we're all born at. Probably an asteroid fell down there or something.
This is another one of my favorite ones. This is from the Stonington, Illinois grain bin, phone number 1040. You know,
Got it.
yeah, the Frank Garwood and Sons grain bin. And a lot of these are grain bins, furniture companies, grocery stores. I also have a couple, like this one over here, that's from funeral homes.
Mm-hmm.
But those are a little harder to come by. And, you know, they're not cheap. Sometimes you can find them cheap, but some people want a lot of money for those. And since I directed attention over here, this is the upright base project.
Gotcha.
And this here is an old wood slat from out of a bed frame. And that's going to end up being attached here.
Oh, to the mailbox?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
This will be the body. You know, this will be attached up here somewhere or another. I have an old garage door handle. That's going to be my bridge. And, you know, I'm going to cut some nice F-holes in that to let some sound through. And this will probably be a 2-string upright bass, but I'm going to try for 3. But I'll be lucky to get 2 going, so I'm going to shoot for that first. But really, really want to get this going. And see how that turns out. Okay. One of my other projects a little further along. This is the electric license plate guitar. Will be, anyway.
That just sounds cool.
Right? And I've got various parts in here somewhere to finish this out, but you know, I'll have a yardstick on here.
Yep.
For the fretboard. I'm gonna cut off key. That will be the nut. You know, again, I'm gonna use the
like a skeleton key, or
it was like a garage key, kind of like the square ones with the key loop on it. And I think I can just cut that off flat on one side.
Yeah.
And make a little groove in there to where one string will run right through the key hole, and the other 2 on each side of that, and it'll kind of hold it in place. I've got these piezo, however you pronounce that, pickups that I will take this back apart, and these will be mounted on the inside to you know, pick up the vibration and electrify it in the poor man's way.
Do they go straight to a jack, just like you were showing me with the receivers?
Yeah, I'm going to run them straight into a jack like that. You know, 2 of them. I'll probably do a two mic configuration and see how that sounds. But this is just a 1x frame I built, and then just kind of use some other yardstick pieces to, you know, build the sides to where it looks halfway decent.
Gotcha.
You know, all these are all antique yardsticks and stuff, most of which came from Illinois.
Antiquitech.
So this it's getting there. Time to wake up.
Yeah.
This was the coal shovel fiddle.
You want to go get that? Then I will just restart this.
Yes, we can do that. All right, we're back. So this is the jumbo coal shovel fiddle that I've been working on, and as you can see, it's only a 1-stringer now, not quite finished, but I have this other tailpiece that will be, you know, going on there, and I'm gonna run a couple extra strings. Got the wrench bridge. This headstock piece, that's an old Laz board that came out of the house I grew up in Tower Hill.
Oh, wow.
Out of the walls. You know, when they remodeled and drywalled it, they tore all that out. And that's one that's been saved. So, I like that. This here is the shoeshine stomper box that I'm working on constructing. You know, you may have seen people, one-man bands, stomping on a box, doing a little bass drum effect of some kind, keeping time. And I've got a lot of these box lids probably build a bottom to that, mount some different pickups in there.
And it's just for stomping on to keep a beat with your foot.
Yeah, just a little.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another attachment I'm going to add to that. Where I'm going to put a desk bell onto the top of the box here.
Right.
And I'm going to rig this up with a spring to where I'll be able to, it'll be my dinger pedal.
Like one of those bells that you ring when you go into an establishment to get their attention.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that'll be my dinger pedal there, but I'm probably gonna have it wired underneath the footboard to where I can just plug the cord in and maybe even have a volume and tone knob.
So it'll be an electrified stomp box.
Yeah.
And ring your bell.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea with that. Let's see here. Various receiver parts. Use those for microphones or amplifying, strings projects.
Now this is really fucking cool.
Here's some
the
of my
microphone.
microphone projects, most of which are not operational, some of which are. This was just simply the old garage phone in the house I grew up in Tower Hill 40 years ago. And I just put a 1/4-inch jack in there.
Let's see that jack.
Yeah. 1/4-inch jack in there, and then wired it up straight through that, and that's where you talk into. Again, it has a really interesting lo-fi, gritty tone.
Oh, I bet.
Love, but I've got a few others that are going to be done similar to that.
Gives it that old 1930s wonka wonka wonka,
Absolutely.
like radio sound, like.
Yeah, that lo-fi radio sound is what it has. Here is the little Wiener microphone made from headphone parts, 1/4-inch jack. It's a Vienna sausage.
I was gonna ask,
casing
Vienna Wiener microphone.
So Deadbeat Jack's little wiener right here. So this one's fully functional. I've got some other shells, in various states of completion. This one will be one of my favorites, the pepper shaker microphone.
Nice.
Yeah, these are also really good for harmonica microphones.
Oh, I bet.
So I've got several tubes kind of like that for pepper and salt shaker mics.
The
these I
shoe
found
polish cans.
really interesting. I'll probably be using the Piazza pickups inside of this and have this suspended by wires in a frame like an old style radio microphone. And I've got several of those to get going. And the cool thing about these run, they pick up vibration. So you could basically just attach it to it without doing any alterations or drilling holes, and you could just use that as a microphone.
Wow.
From what I understand.
Had no idea. What do those little pizzos cost? Those little
they're cheap.
Yeah.
You get a whole bag of like 50 or 60 of them for like $10.
Oh,
or
wow.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not very expensive. This was going to be a harmonica microphone here, kind of a cut-off design.
Cool.
This is definitely going to be a harmonica mic as well. An old candlestick phone.
Yeah, you got one old receiver in there, huh? Like a right in the middle.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of this at one time.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, this was kind of like a imitation
knockoff
candlestick phone.
Oh, okay.
But it was still from the 70s.
Oh, okay.
But it's not like the 20s.
Right.
Style, but still cool. Well.
The suitcases?
Okay, yeah. I'll use this one too. This I'm planning on turning into an amplifier, a mini desktop amplifier. Put the speaker in there, we're going to wire it up. Now it's currently storage.
Yeah.
This actually was the case to an old radio, 45 player.
Right, yeah.
And I got that at the resale shop.
Nice solid case.
the player itself was already long gone, but I just could not.
And is that why you got some of these speakers sitting over here? They're going to be
some of those just random speakers I've kind of came across. This one here, I don't have it in here, but I have 2 old intercom boxes, like that would have been in the old schools, hanging up.
I had some of those in my garage from the high school down south.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
Those are hard to come by. Here's some other Camjo type body projects that I'll be working on. I've got tons of table legs that I'll be using as necks for a lot of these. Rounding up broken tables.
For the Canjos, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the record player box. These boxes here are all roller skate cases.
I'll be dang.
These range probably from the 40s to 50s.
And you were telling me they're kind of like Russian dolls. Most of them have another case inside of them right now for storage.
These are loaded with cigar boxes of various quality and age. Most of my cigar boxes are antique cigar boxes.
Yeah, no space wasted here.
Yeah, I don't got the room. I got the room, but I keep finding stuff.
Yeah.
But I found this was the first case I found, and it came with skates. And the nice lady's like, "Oh, I'll take the skates and try to sell them if you want to just buy the case." Deal. But I kept finding these. One day I found like 6 of these all along I-55 and just bought like every single one of them.
Like at a flea market or something?
Yeah, different antique shops along I-55, Pawnee, Litchfield, and anywhere in between. And so I just kept buying them. I couldn't help myself. And the construction's just amazing. They're beat up.
Yeah, they're going to make some good amplifiers, huh?
Yeah, these are actually double skate cases.
Wow.
And I found 2 of those, a lot harder to find. I haven't decided whether to make this a combo amp with 2 speakers, or if I'm just going to turn that into instrument cases for some of the cigar box instruments, because I make a nice case out of there that could hold like 3 cigar box ukuleles or something, and that'd be a good use of them too. I just could not quit buying these. I turned a couple of them into first aid kits, but the rest of them are just sitting here for storage.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of my junk. Just mounds of boxes piled up. I've got my metal boxes there for electric guitar box bodies.
Yeah.
These are old doll boxes that I'm going to turn into the speaker cabinets. For this one will be my bass cabinet. This here is going to be my guitar half stack basically. And these I plan on using for PA speaker boxes. And, I'm just going to run in some 8-inch speakers in most of these.
The canning stuff, you're going to make a xylophone out of this?
That was the plan. But,
some pickled egg xylophone?
That's a whole other project that's gotten away.
Yeah.
I've also got this antique ammo can, and this here's going to be turned into the amplifier head unit to power.
Oh, and then the speakers underneath it. So we're looking at an amplifier right here. Yeah, that's the amp head.
This will be the stack.
Just as you see this, we've got the Beta Lead and the Randall, and then the speakers, the amplifier heads, and then the speakers underneath. You've got the amplifier head, and then the speakers underneath.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I'm planning on having this a faceplate of some kind in there.
Right.
And my knobs will all be there.
Yeah.
And then you can just kind of
close
it up for travel.
I didn't quite get that when you were telling me that last night. That we're looking at the whole unit right there. That's gonna be
that's gonna be a micro stack. I guess you could call it a mini stack.
Yeah.
I'm working with my friend Dan on doing a lot of the wiring and stuff for that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's some of the junk I've accumulated over the last probably 2 years.
And what's the name of your band again?
No, which one?
The
Pretty Shitty Junk Band.
You got that, and then the one you were practicing with Phil and Aaron the other night.
I also got a project called Herbivorian.
Yeah. And I heard them the other night, and Josh was playing electric guitar out of the beta lead. And why did you say as opposed to the Randall?
Well, the Randall has a really bassy tone, which is great and all, but I didn't really have time to hook everything up
Gotcha.
to do it, so I just kind of ran a beta lead and the Blue Voodoo cabinet there.
Yeah.
And the Randall I use running through this Epiphone cabinet.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of hidden underneath there. Yeah. Old school looking.
Yeah, big tweed grill on that.
Yeah.
But I like to run those stereo, at the same time to where I can have the two different tones going simultaneously.
Wow. Wow, you usually play out of both of them.
Yeah, together, yeah.
That's crazy.
I think Kurt Cobain used a beta lead.
Is that right?
Bleach.
Uh-huh.
And I believe it was the Melvins guitar player Buzz. He borrowed it from him.
Uh-huh.
But I also have seen photos and read that Cobain had used a Randall Commander briefly as well.
Is that what that one is?
Yeah, that's the Randall Commander. The label's gone.
Oh, okay.
I've got it, I believe.
Yeah.
It was just a little paper label that fell off. I'm not the biggest Nirvana fan, and so I didn't get that for that reason.
It's just a happy coincidence.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got the beta lead because it was basically well known for doom and stoner rock metal.
Gotcha.
The tone is just great, super loud. I got that on like 1.5.
Yeah.
Is what it was played on yesterday or the other day. And it's just so loud.
And the PV, you were telling me, Phil, the bass player, plays out of the PV, and you were telling me you got a heck of a deal on that.
Yeah, I stumbled across this on Guitar Center. It's practically brand new, $150. I couldn't pass it up, and that was with shipping. The newer style PV logo there.
Firebase 700.
Firebase 700 watts, pretty substantially loud. And then my friend Phil already had these two PV cabinets, and so I went ahead and bought a head so we could actually have a full bass rig between the two of us. I've got this really cool Sun PA head that I think it's like a 300 watt PA, but it needs some work.
It looks like a chunker, man. It's pretty big. I mean, here's the Fender that they're using right now down here, which I'm sure is a fine PA.
Yeah, it does the job as well.
And then this one's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but it needs some work, so I've got to take that to my friend Dan. Broken sliders, and there's something not quite right inside that I'm hoping he can fix, because it was at the luthier there. I don't want to give him any credit, but he had it for a good year and didn't do anything to it. So other than kind of think he found out was wrong with it.
I almost bought one at Goodwill the other day for real cheap, and I was like, I don't need any more PAs.
Yeah.
So the drum set, Josh was telling me last night that this little device is just a dampener, just like putting a pillow in a bass drum. It just kind of gives it more of a thud sound as opposed to the boingy boingy balloon effect sound.
Yeah. It makes a lot of those overtones, which I still do have a pillow in there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there's still a pillow, but that you can kind of control it a little bit, because there might be something where you want that boingy sound. But,
oh, I see. You can
maybe,
adjust it. You can adjust it. Yeah,
that's adjustable.
I see. Instead of just
thud, and that's all you got.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, that's an older Pearl marching bass drum that people would play with a rack, walking. And
I see.
18 inch. I bought that for like $150, I think it was. And I put these clip-on legs on that to hold that stable, and it just sounds great for the size. It just has so much, volume and great great tone. You know, a lot of this is just kind of junk pieced together.
The little drum above that, you were saying that's a tom?
Yeah, it's a little 10-inch tom.
Uh-huh.
That came off of like a little kid drum kit.
Mm-hmm.
And I had stripped the wrap off of it. I used this gold sparkle tape and wrapped it up and put a sticker on there to make it almost look like an actual drum badge.
Oh, that's so hilarious. That's gold sparkle tape going around there.
Yeah, it works great. I kind of got it mounted to my floor tom here.
And did you say what brand it was originally?
I believe this is First Act.
First Act, yeah.
This and this are both First Act.
I'll be
That
dang.
was the kick drum to the little kid drum set.
Yeah, but now it's a stand-up tom on a milk crate.
Yeah.
Cool. A floor tom. Floor tom, yeah.
See, this was the junk band drum kit here.
Yeah. Okay, those 3 drums, yeah.
Yeah. And
the snare.
whatever snare we could find to use.
Right.
But, you know, so we used that. Got another floor tom back there, 16-inch as well. That's that was saved from going to a dumpster.
I'll be dang.
And you know, it's just a cheap generic drum with no name that is great for the purpose. And
we don't have time to get to your contraption right here. It's a drum stand that has cans and cowbells and horns and foot pedals and a personal pan, Pizza Hut pan from Pizza Hut right there.
Yeah, made a nice bell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the contraption, that's exactly what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying you could look at this thing all day and spot new stuff on it.
Yeah. Model T horn, I do believe, and
yeah,
you can run that with the pedal there.
Yeah. All right, good stuff.
Thank you for coming and taking a look.